Section 3.6, parallel lines in the coordinate plane. So we're going to focus on the slopes of parallel lines. So we're going to focus on the slopes of parallel lines. So with this particular section in a coordinate plane, two non-vertical lines are parallel if and only if, remember this is biconditional, they have the same slope, and any two vertical lines are parallel. So parallel if and only if they have the same slope. So the reason that vertical lines have a separate statement is because for vertical lines, remember that the slope is undefined, and technically undefined cannot be the same as something else because it is undefined. So in order to do these problems, we do need to do a bit of review of Algebra 1. So remember, when we have an ordered pair, that we have x coordinates that will be used to calculate slope, and that we have y coordinates that we're going to use in the calculation of our slopes. So when we're working with the slope formula, it is the change in our y's over the change in our x's. We calculate change by doing subtraction. When you are working with your ordered pairs, each ordered pair is filled in from the bottom up. So our ordered pairs are filled in from the bottom up. So it's y2 minus y1 equals x2 minus x1. It says where x2 minus x1 is not equal to 0. So what happens when x2 minus x1 does equal to 0? So remember, if x2 minus x1 equals 0, then we have undefined. We're going to be using slope-intercept form. Y equals mx plus b. The m represents the slope and the b represents the y-intercept. So we start with finding the slope. To do this, if it's not given, you may need to use the formula or solve the equation for y. So we can solve our given equation for y. Y equals mx plus b. So our coefficient of x is our slope. Once we know the slope, we can calculate b, our y-intercept, by using the point and the slope. So our y-coordinate, our x-coordinate, and our slope value go into the formula, and then we solve for b. So we do the multiplication of the slope and the x, and then we remove that from both sides. Once we have our y-intercept and our slope, we're ready to write the equation. So we fill in the slope in front of x, and our y-intercept gets added in.